What is the most shocking thing you have ever seen in your life? I did a temporary job after being laid off from my usual work. An old guy was operating a machine and it had a jam inside it. He pressed the emergency shut-off and opened the safety gate. As he cleared the blockage, the two huge presses crushed his ribs, trapping him. I ran across and managed to pry one out of the way to release him. Called the supervisor to get an ambulance, and this asshole didn't want to call one because they get in trouble with the owner. Because in the UK, if an ambulance is called for a workplace injury, then it has to be reported to the Health and Safety Executive, OSHA, for you American folk. I ran to my car and called the ambulance myself. Turned out the old guy had 4 broken ribs and one of them was a flail, where the rib is broken off and moving around the rib cage. Got a call the next day from the employment agency, saying that the company didn't want me back. I said that's great because I have no intention of going back to a company who were prepared to let someone die rather than call an ambulance. It was 2011, and the Egyptian revolution was happening. I am an Egyptian living abroad, and I got a call from my sister hysterically crying, and she couldn't believe I am answering her, and then her husband took the phone from her and spoke to me asking where I am, and I told him I am in the city I used to live in. Turned out, they have seen a post on Facebook, for someone who passed away and they can find his family during the protest, but the shocking part when I looked at the photo, it was me, exactly me. Same facial features, but just a dead person. Me and my grandpa was making cookies when he looked out the window and saw some kids outside and told me, "Hey, how about we give those kids some treats?" Yeah. I agreed and walked outside. He gave me the tray of cookies and said, "Wait here, I'll be right back." I gave the kids cookies as my grandpa went back in. 30 minutes later I head back in to find him lying on the floor. Turns out he had a heart attack but didn't seem to yell out for me. I miss him so much. Not insane, but I was in the anesthesia recovery room after a colonoscopy, and the person 2 beds down from me coded, and I sat and watched as the code team came in. Tried for like 5 minutes to keep him alive until a doctor came in and said the family requested that they stop. One of the doctors pronounced the patient deceased, and the team of like 5 to 8 doctors had a moment of silence in a circle around the body before we all left the post-op room. It was just so weird how the whole room went from rushed, anxious, determined, and a really palpable sense of urgency to completely quiet and still in a matter of moments. On the other hand, it was really reassuring seeing the real sense of dignity the clinicians gave to the deceased, something they did out of sense of respect for the person's life, because there was no one around but the clinicians and myself, who was just a fly on the wall, and I don't think they noticed. A married couple hosted a dinner party for a group of friends and professional acquaintances. During the course of the evening, the couple got into an intense argument in front of everyone. Everyone was appalled when the husband slapped his wife so hard she was knocked to the floor. Some of us present had to pull him off her because his rage was out of control, and, as far as anyone could discern, over nothing of consequence.